Priscilla Shirer had a great message for us on April 6th. She talked about abiding in Christ. Maybe you gave your life to Jesus that day, or you recommitted your life to Him, and maybe you just want to go a little bit deeper and have a deeper walk with Him. So now what? Where do you start? Well, I'd like to encourage you and help you in your walk. Our lives need to center around Christ. Have you ever known somebody who's going through a really difficult time and through despair, and they're just living utterly defeated? Or maybe you know somebody who's going through a really difficult time, maybe stage 4 cancer, and they have so much peace and joy. So what's the difference? The difference is who we put in the center. Is it God or is it our problems? Carol Mayhall put it this way: in order to operate correctly, a wheel needs a center or a hub. And just like a wheel, our lives need a center of stability. If my life is centered around someone or something, such as a career or sport, and that person lets me down, or I lose that job, or maybe I receive an injury, then I'm going to crumble. Nothing is worthy to be at the center of my life except that which is strong, lasting, and balanced. There's only one who meets those qualifications, and that is Jesus Christ. Psalms 18:2 declares, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock in whom I take refuge." So how do we make Jesus the center of our lives? We put Him first. We get to know Him. We spend time with Him and go deeper in His Word. James 4:8 says, "Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you." And in 1 Thessalonians 5:17, pray without ceasing. Christ needs to be central to our lives. Proverbs 3:6 says, "In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight." Last fall, I went to the Women's Leadership Forum that Lifeway puts on down in Nashville. There were several different speakers, and I felt myself drawn to each one. Each one had an authenticity and sincerity that I was drawn to. It wasn't that they had their lives together, because that wasn't the case. When I got back, my pastor had shared a verse. He read Acts 4:13, which says, "Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were uneducated common men, they were astonished, and they recognized that they had been with Jesus." Those words really jumped out at me. They had been with Jesus. God revealed to me in that moment that that is why I was drawn to these women. They had been with Jesus. That is what I would like for my life. I hope when others see me, they see Jesus. So the first step is to study His Word. A great way to study His Word is to do a verse study. Pick a chapter and start reading. You don't have to go a whole chapter. Maybe you only get through one verse, and that verse really jumps out at you. Just take your time with that verse. Take a week or two, however long you need to really let it soak down into your heart. Sometimes we think that we have to spend an hour a day studying, but even if you have 5 minutes, just take those 5 minutes. I have a Bible app on my phone that allows me to look at a verse and look at it in several different translations. I read a verse, I look at it in the different translations. Next, paraphrase the verse, write it out, think on it, and meditate on it throughout your day. Some other apps that I really like are Blue Letter Bible and Bible Hub. With these apps, I can look at cross-references, see where the word comes from in the original meaning in Hebrew or Greek. There are also commentaries on these apps that you can look at from well-known theologians to kind of get a feel for what's going on. Ask yourself who, what, where, and when. Who are the people in the passage? What is going on? What are the circumstances? Where is the story taking place? When in time of the day, of the year is it? As you answer these WH questions and imagine the event, you'll probably come up with some questions of your own. Write them down. This will help you go from observing to interpreting. There are a couple of women who have developed methods to studying the Bible that are very helpful. Katie Orr has written the Focus 15 Bible Study Method. Christy Cambron teaches verse mapping. Both of these ladies have websites to help you learn their methods and you can follow them on Instagram. The final step is to apply the word. Take this verse with you throughout the day and apply it in your life. Don't allow yourself to get hung up on, I don't have enough time. Even if it's 5 minutes, just do it. Even if it takes you 2 weeks to study one verse, that's okay, because it's not a race. It's for your personal growth. So start studying His Word. We'll have more of these videos in the future to help you abide in Christ and draw closer to Him.